Please state your name for the record.
Kristin Cummings.
And to credential yourself, about how many escape rooms would you say you've done to date?
Probably about 6.
Okay. And which room are you reviewing today?
The Vegas room by, I think, Escape Artists?
Exit Artists.
Exit Artists in Burbank.
It is literally just called Vegas Themed Room. I wish it was just called Vegas Room, but no, they just tell you Vegas Themed Room.
Vegas themed room.
All right, and how would you rate the puzzles and technology in this room as compared to other rooms that you've done?
I would say that they are okay. I would say that the puzzles start off, you're not quite sure how to get them started, but once you start getting up going on them, it's pretty easy to keep going. The technology was fairly low compared to some other rooms I've done.
Yeah, I would say you've done a tech-heavy set of rooms.
I would agree.
But, yeah, the technology I would say was fair to middling.
Yeah.
And how would you rate the theme, decoration, and immersion of this room as compared to other rooms you've done?
I would say it was on the lower end. There was a lot of props, but in terms of immersion, it didn't really, for being Vegas themed, I didn't really feel like I was in a casino. It never felt like I got out of the Burbank strip mall that it's in.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would you rate the difficulty of this room? Too easy, too hard, or about right?
I would say, I'm trying to remember how much time was left. I think, 6 minutes left?
Oh, we had more than that.
Oh, more? I would say maybe
Because they gave us 75 minutes.
I would say maybe it was a little too easy, actually. I would say it was hard to get started at first, but then once you got, I felt like your part, when we were separated, you got the harder part of it. And once you finally cracked your stuff, then it became a lot easier for us to do it on our side. And I would say that it's too easy because it's supposed to be for 6 people and it was 3 of us and we had more than 6 minutes left of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how'd you rate your overall enjoyment in this room?
I would say that the enjoyment of the room was mid to high, actually, considering I just gave it a lot of lows. But I think it's also, it felt like I might be skewed a bit because this was the first room I'd done in a smaller group, so I felt like I had a lot more to contribute, which made it more enjoyable for me out of the rooms I'd done before that. Also, I was doing a room with somebody I'd never done a room with before, and that was fun to experience a room with her. And I felt we had a good team going.
Okay. And would you recommend this room to other people?
I would, but it wouldn't be my first recommendation.
Understood. But you wouldn't say like, oh, this room's no good, but you have other rooms you'd say to do beforehand.
Yes. I would say if someone's like looking for a room in Burbank or looking for a room that they wanted, that like just they're like looking for something to do that night, I would suggest it and see if it's open.
It is the only room in Burbank, so it's got
there you go. I'd suggest it for people who want to do one in Burbank.
How would you rate your personal performance in this room?
I would say my performance was mediocre. Even though I got to have bigger pieces of it, I felt like there were a lot of times that you or Kelly were doing much more to help the team. And considering I got some of the puzzles wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the next question is how would you rate your partner's performance in this room?
Oh, they were great. You were awesome. You actually provided the highlight of my escape room experience at this place. Because while you were separated, you yelled out that you thought that there was a stripper filling you up, which we got a lot of enjoyment out of. So
if you're not screwing with people who can't see you, then
yes, it was great.
What are you even doing?
Kelly was awesome. She figured out a bunch of puzzles that I was struggling with, so I thought it was great. I was really glad you guys were there.
And final question, without giving away specifics, what advice would you give to fellow room solvers to increase their chances of success in this room?
I would say listen to the person who's separated from you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yep.